Hi, so this is Jennifer Meeker Art Ceramics here, and I'm here today to talk to you about my Rivet wood grain series, which is probably my most popular series. It is really inspired by my concept with my work, man versus nature, so this really is a good representation of it because you have the natural aspect of my work and the man-made aspect of it. So the story behind the Rivet wood grain series is actually this photograph right here. So this photograph was taken right by I called it my secret hiding spot when I was a kid, and it was this tree that had the ability to grow around a fence. And so I was very much fascinated by how the trees have the ability to grow around any man-made obstacle. And so that's what's really started the Rivet wood grain series. And so I'm very much interested in how man interacts with nature and if we're good for nature or bad for nature, and how we kind of have this battle, but this possible relationship with nature. So some other examples would be, one thing that I always notice is like trees being planted in a straight line in the city. And I always wondered if that was nature or if that was a constructed landscape. So some of these things, like man-made objects, are kind of the industrial part of my work. So man versus nature. So the man represents things like plated metal, rivets, screws, wires. And so that's where the man versus nature concept goes into play. And the nature is obviously the wood, which is the wood grain inspired by off of a telephone pole. So the Rivet wood grain series is made to look like, so it's inspired by this picture. There's a couple things that kind of go into play with this. And it's also as if a tree is able to grow, but it has two pieces of plated metal wrapped around it, and it's still able to grow. And this is my most popular series, probably. These mugs are, for sure. I sell these mugs like crazy, especially like the 16-ounce ones. And so I do this wood grain texture all by hand, and it requires about multiple different carving tools and then multiple different layers of coloring that I do. And see, like here's the woodpecker effect, as if a woodpecker put its beak into it, and then here's I call these the like trees belly buttons. And then here's another one. And so you have the man aspect with my work and the nature. So this is a fine representation of man versus nature in my work. And this mug here especially, you may see this a lot. I have this on one of my banners, and look, I can make faces. There's little details in it, little rivets. And so all my man aspects, I use a metallic glaze to it as well. So that is the story behind one of my most popular series, Rivet wood grain series. I'll see you next time.